Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first City Council Public Forum. Oh, no, this is completely the wrong script. Here we go. You played a joke on me. All right. Welcome to the Elkhorn City Council meeting. The meeting is now called to order. I'd like to ask the city clerk to call the roll.
For the record, Mayor, and thank you, all members of the City Council are here present.
And Frank, would you come up? I'm going to ask Frank Carson to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a brief moment of silence.
Please stand. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And I should point out that Frank is coming off the heels of a huge Haunt Fest victory. We'll hear about it next week, right? But Frank ran that whole show. It was excellent. And we had about 35,000 to 40,000 people there, so yahoo. All right. At this time, any person may address a matter within the jurisdiction of the City Council, Housing Authority, successor agency, to the El Cajon Redevelopment Agency that is not on the agenda. Comments relating to items on today's agenda are to be taken at the time that the item is heard. State law prohibits discussion or action on items not on the agenda. However, council, authority, and agency members may briefly respond to statements or questions. An item may be placed on a future agenda. Darrell, do we have any cards under public comment?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, we have 3 cards, and I'd like to start with Mr. Sean O'Brien. Mr. O'Brien, please step forward. You have 3 minutes, sir.
Hey, Mr. O'Brien, welcome.
Thank you.
Point of order, Mr. Mayor.
Yes?
Do we need agenda changes at this point?
You know, yeah, we probably do. Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien. You know what? We'll do that after the public comment.
So noted, Mayor. Thank you.
Thanks. Go ahead, sir.
Hello, my name is Sean Miguel O'Brien. I wish to thank you for your time and opportunity to communicate my community concerns. And I have a small family business, and I have been a resident of El Cajon for 11 years. My wife and 3 small children live in Rosewood Villas apartment, one of many properties Cajon Management manages. And my family is requesting your help with ongoing harassment and retaliation, misconduct from Cajon Management. My family and other tenants have complained of several roach infestation, ADA compliance for reasonable accommodation, significant delay and maintenance repairs for needed services, and ongoing harassment. You know, we've been given a 60-day volunteer eviction notice as a form of retaliation for requesting services and requesting ADA accommodations. I went to the city of El Cajon for the first time and walked up to the code and building enforcement, and that was no help to me. And I filed a second complaint with 2 other tenants that are here today with me, for the city to get involved and investigate these issues that we're experiencing: discrimination, harassment, retaliation, roach infestation. And my family and other tenants have good tenant record, but we are being retaliated against with, like I said, 60-day notice. And I remember Mr. Anthony showing up at my apartment complex, and I was a bit disappointed because the inspector that went to my house, to my apartment, actually did not give me the time of day, with the exception of two that I can remember clearly. One is Mr. Wright, and the other one is Mr. Jeff. And one is from, I believe, code enforcement, and the other one is for building. Two other inspectors, they acted that they didn't care about my situation. And, I've been dealing with this roach infestation for 60 days. Since June. I've requested services repeatedly, and my question is, I'm a mechanic by profession, so my question is, when do you stop taking your car to a mechanic if you constantly have the same problem over and over? Your brakes are squeaking, you're given 2-3 opportunities, and your brakes still quick. When do you finally decide to go and see another mechanic? Thank you for your time, and I need your help.
Okay. Graham, can you reach out to him and help him with the code enforcement issue?
Actually, I can report to the council a little bit, and I think the next two speakers may be addressing the same thing. So I could address the council when the other two speakers have finished.
Okay. Are you okay with that, sir?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next speaker, Mayor, is Rudy Askerid.
Hi, sir.
Hi,
How are you?
my name is Rodi Ascaria.
Welcome.
I'm also on the same complex of roads and village, and we are feeling we have retaliation in this case because my son also, we are requesting every time services from this company. We've never seen any services. My son, he has a health condition of the allergy, and then the doctor gave him notes about 2 years ago to replace the carpet. And we are 6 townhouse. All of them, they don't have no carpet, and my son, he has allergy from the carpet, and we are requesting from our manager to replace the carpet, and nobody take care of this. And still my son, he has still till now the same condition. Second case, my daughter, she got an injury in our apartment of the glass is not approved. So now I'm suing them. They know I'm suing them, so they are giving me 60 days notice to leave from the complex, from the apartment. And I have a wife and I have 2 kids. My daughter, she's 5 years old, and my son is 2 years old. So we have any problem in the complex. We are just getting notes. Every time we requesting services, we never see any services from the Hubin management. And we try to get your help. Thank you.
All right, thank you for coming.
The next speaker is Mr. Ghassan Manzoor.
Good evening. Thank you for giving me time
Welcome.
to start here. My name is Ghassan Mansour. I live in property almost 5 years. I don't have any problem with anybody, with my neighbor, everything, all of them from my country. And the last year I see the trauma in my home. I asked the manager, she now requested to do the service. When I asked him again to the office, they sent 2 people to put medicine in my home. And my ICU home is now working more than 1 year. And my neighbor, he has a lot of problem. Second day, they get another IC to change the whole thing. And my cover windows balcony, more than years, nobody come to fix it. And my windows outside my home, she's broken. I have a picture or video if you guys want, I want to show you. It's broken every day. They just come to paint it, and that's all they need. And the stove, the pieces in the top of the stove, when I asked her to change it, they told me, manager, you can go to the Home Depot to buy it. Now, like a couple of 2 weeks when I complained for this company, they give me a new one, they change it. I didn't ask for the service. This is my problem I have in this management.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Go ahead and Go ahead and have a seat. I'm going to ask our city manager to fill me in on this.
Assistant City Manager, Mayor.
You know, he's not here, so.
Okay.
If you don't tell him, I want to.
I just don't want to get in trouble. Mr. Mayor, members of the council, we actually are aware of the situation. Last week on the 18th, a group of staff went out to the site. Mr. Shute was accompanied with a housing inspector and I believe 2 building inspectors or 2 building and a building official. There are certain things that you heard tonight in terms of complaints are just things that we don't regulate. We don't regulate carpet. We don't regulate appliances.
Sure.
But certainly there are building permit issues and housing condition issues that we do. And so we have actually compiled the list of issues. We're currently putting those together, and we'll be presenting a letter to the owner with some violations that need to be corrected. We did inspect the 3 units of the gentlemen that were here this evening. We also inspected a 4th vacant unit, and we also put them in contact with CSA, San Diego County, which is a housing mediation
good.
company. So,
I want to make sure you did that. And what about the roach infestation? Is that something the city has code enforcement issue over? Or?
Mr. Shute.
Yeah, so Mayor and Council, those housing code issues are also included, roast infestation or other types of vectors, and those have to be addressed. And those issues are part of our building officials, Dan Paval's letter to Hoban Management.
Did you find that problem?
I did not observe any. The other inspectors found remnants of roaches because of the extermination efforts that have been done by Hoban Management.
Okay, great. Any questions, Council? Ben?
So I hear that they have a 60-day notice to vacate. Is there anything in the letter that we can draft to the management company to maybe have the verbiage say something like hold all action in abeyance, or just to hold off on kicking them out until we can figure out what's going on? I know that it's a business and we can't really tell them that, but can we make a request, maybe not the legal terms to hold all action in abeyance, but just to be, just to kind of let them know we're aware that there's a complaint being made, and we would appreciate if they hold on until we can get to the bottom of it.
Well, I don't, again, as you admit, this is not something that we are involved in. It's a contractual relationship between the landlord and the tenant, and the landlord-tenant law is such that they don't need to have cause for a 60-day termination for most residential leases. So I think we would be overstepping our bounds to put something in there. Certainly these gentlemen and their families, if they're being evicted, even evicted without cause, may want to try talking to the folks at the Department of Fair Employment and Housing. This is a fair housing issue, perhaps. Claims of discrimination were raised. They should go talk to the investigators at that organization.
So do you know what that is, that fair housing? But the thing is, like, they take so long to get back to you, too, with that. They're always, their correspondence are like 45 days out. Yeah, it's a situation, but, yeah.
Let me finish with the council, and then you can come back up.
Mr. Foley, could we provide that information to tenants? I don't think we would be overstepping our bounds if we were to actually provide a phone number, an address, a agency name. All we are is a resource. Is that overstepping our bounds?
Yeah, Mr. Mitchell reminded me that as part of his response, he mentioned that CSA, Center for Social Advocacy, right over here, I should remember this one, provides that sort of assistance. They're the ones that will advise them, help them find the resources they need to go and make inquiry and file complaints or seek the help they can, including very likely to find them services through legal services, which is legal services for those that can't afford an attorney.
Any other questions? Sir, would you like to come back up?
I remember talking to Mr. Anthony and telling him that I have countless pictures and videos of the roaches that I have in my apartment. Even after the extermination that you say that you found the roaches, they just went on Wednesday, and every time it gets initiated by me. Now, in apartment C, there was even a worse infestation. I expressed to Hoven Management that they needed to treat the source, not the symptom. I was one of the symptoms in my apartment. They never treated the source of the problem till this day. Instead, they changed the carpet, the fridge, the stove, things that we've done probably about 9 months ago. Wrongfully, they also evicted another tenant that was there for 7 months for complaining. I do have a letter of that, and I forwarded to Mr. Anthony the day he was in my apartment. So the fact that city attorney doesn't want to get involved in talking to Hoven Management about the wrongful eviction, because I see this as a retaliation not on one tenant, but 4 tenants. One just moved to Arizona because of that. Once again, I have videos, I have photos of this event. I have, constantly been calling the management property, and like one of the tenants here said, they don't pay attention to us. They rather just make us go away, and I see that they have the approval of the city, of Mr. Anthony, Assistant City Manager, City Attorney, and I'd like to thank Mr. Darrow because he made me feel very welcome when I visited for the first time the place that I filed a complaint. He was the only one. Everybody else did not give us any type of information. I've been in contact with Mr. George Ibarra from CSA, and they have taken care of me, and they said this is a retaliation case that I could take to court. That's what they say, that they feel that this is a retaliation situation. But what do we do? I mean, we're being evicted at the end of this month. I have a 3-year-old son with asthma, and as you already know, there's many problems with roaches and asthma, So I've been living in the property for 6 years. All the tenants get along. All the tenants get along. When I brought to Mr. Anthony's to his attention that why is it that the dumpsters have trash all over, his remark was, well, that's normal. I mean, people get lazy and they just dump things over, like they hoop it out and they falls off. Well, I feel because I'm paying rent there, I feel that the manager should come out and clean, especially that my apartment is like where the mayor's seat is, and I'm constantly having roaches in my apartment. Like I said, I don't know what you guys found or what you claim to dismiss.
I think the situation is not that people disagree with you, because I think everybody agrees with you that all these things are the kind of things we wouldn't want to live with and we would want remedied as well. I think what the city attorney is telling you, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, Mr. City Attorney, is that he doesn't have the jurisdiction. We, as the city, we don't have a jurisdiction to get involved in contract disputes between landlords and tenants. There is a remedy for that, but it's not at the city level, and by law, we could not do that.
Well, I appreciate what Mr. Calasco said. If they could write while the investigation is open to hold on the 60-day notification, we don't even have enough time to gear up with an attorney yet,
I completely understand. If we could write that, if I could write you a letter right now saying, make this all go away, I would. But unfortunately, I don't have the jurisdiction. Our city attorney doesn't have the jurisdiction. It's not proper for us to do that. My advice to you is to continue with CASA and CSA. They should be able to help you. That's what we give them money every year to do just that, and they've done a good job for us in the past. Feel free to contact us if that doesn't help. I will do whatever I can to help you.
Well, I just finished talking to Mr. George right now, and he said that when he spoke to his attorney yesterday, the attorney said that they feel that it was a retaliation and that I should take it to small claim or civil.
It sounds like that might be just the case.
That's what he said. Now, the other issue that I have there, in 2015, I requested accommodation for my handicap. I still have not seen anything from them. Do you guys do not deal with handicap laws, Mr. City Attorney?
That would be a state and a federal
Okay,
issue.
but not, you guys don't deal with anything?
I'll let the attorney answer about ADA
Thank
laws.
you.
I'm not sure what your complaint is, and if the complaint is there aren't enough handicap spaces, the planning and zoning laws require and building codes require a certain number based on the occupancy. It doesn't mean that everybody who has a handicap sticker is guaranteed a spot. It means that anybody who has a handicap sticker can take any one of those minimum number of spots that are required by law, our local ordinances. And we don't handle cases for private complaints on private properties. If the city, what I should say is for ADA complaints, if the city finds violations of the ADA through our building codes as well, we will look into those things. But we aren't prosecuting violations for your complaint that you don't have enough space to park your vehicle.
I wasn't specifically requesting a space. I was requesting accommodation. The reason for that is because I am paying for parking there. And whenever I show up after work, I'm at a disadvantage already because I have a handicap. So when I show up from work, working in automotive, I come home tired. And there is this a constant problem at a particular apartment complex. I ask them to take care of that issue because I'm a paying tenant in the parking. They charge me $25 more for a parking space that whenever I come, somebody else is in there. Now, I'd like to give you an example. Back in 2015, when I made those requests, there was another tenant in a wheelchair. They made the accommodation for the particular tenant. How they do that? They took the parking space, they painted it, and they said reserved for D. This is the second tenant there that has the same accommodation. As far as for me, because I look like I don't have a disability, which I do, they don't feel that they have to take care of me. This is ongoing since 2015, and I've been constantly asking them to make the necessary accommodations for me. Now, their best weapon is to kick me out so I don't continue essentially bothering them about it. But the damage has been done. They did not obey. As far as parking spaces, there's over 30 parking spaces there, And initially in the plans, according to the building department, there were 2 handicap spaces that were there. The property right across the street, right across, like where you stand, it's also owned by Cajon Management. I don't believe they had any complaint or request for accommodation, but they do have 1 handicap spot there. And it seemed like the only difference here is that I requested accommodation, and they neglected to give me the accommodation because I wasn't in a wheelchair. I am trying to work with them, but they have cut communication with all the tenants that they're evicting. We're 4 in this complex. There's 5 in another complex. This is a bigger issue that you guys care to admit. No wonder we have homelessness.
Again, this is a civil court issue, and you need to get an attorney and sue them. If they're violating your rights, you certainly should do that. Or you can go to small claims court.
I want to take care of them, so I think I'm going to go to civil. Okay. Because I want to make a change for anybody else that rent property from this company.
Sounds like that's the right remedy.
Yes.
In the meantime, we'll go ahead and write our letter, and hopefully the situation will improve. If it doesn't improve, the city has other options it can do to make sure that they comply.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Do what we can. Yes, sir. If you'd like to come back up, that's fine.
Sorry, I forgot to say something. I'm
Sure.
requesting every time, and also in my apartment I have a mold, and they are coming, they are just cleaning it and painting it, and already the city of Alcon, they come and they inspect it. One of the inspector, they say, yes, it's mold by the sink, by the window. They are all the time, they just come in and paint it.
Yeah, so what's going to happen is that the city of Alcon will give them a chance to fix it, right? If something was wrong with your house, we'd give you a chance to fix it. And then if you refuse, then we'll go to the next step. So the first thing we have to do is politely ask them to fix it, and then hopefully that will take care of the problem.
I've been requesting that to take care of that mold from my apartment. It's been about 1 year and 2 months.
You know what? It's different when you complain and when the city of El Cajon sends a letter. There's a difference.
Okay.
So I would suspect that they're going to comply with you and they're going to do what they have to do.
Okay.
But if they don't, make sure you let us know.
Well, I'm supposed to be leaving out from the apartment within the first.
I'm sorry. This sounds like a horrible situation for all of you.
So now I have 2 kids and I have a wife, and now I'm not working. Now everywhere you go in Alcon, they need a 2.5 times proof of income. So what should I do now with my kids? I have 2 kids and my wife. What should I do now? Just only worker, my wife, she work. I don't work right now. I'm taking care of my kids at home. So I'm looking for a job, and now they are needing a proof of income, 2.5. And I never been late with any rent and this property in this apartment. They are giving us 60-day notice because every time we are requesting services and we never see that services. And not even the manager, she opened from 10 to 12.
I don't want to get into giving you advice. You should talk to CSA about what your rights and options are. But all I can tell you is that just because they want you to leave doesn't mean you necessarily have to leave. You should look into your options.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Any more?
We don't have any other speaker cards, Mayor.
Okay.
Agenda changes.
Did you want to speak yet, sir? Yeah, come on up. That's fine.
I want to add just something to let you know, guys. 3 months ago, he was the rent $12.75, and after 2 months ago, they raised from $150. Like 2 months ago, 3 months he was $12.75. 2 months they raised the rent. He was $1,425 with the one parking, $25. And now at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they send the letters, they kick the family for no reason. So I need just let you know, guys, I need to help. And this company look like they bother like discrimination like Arabian people exactly. I don't know about my neighbors, what they call like about. But this company is not for just my property. I know like 3-4 property, like 4 and 15 family, they kick him out for no reason.
Are you working with the CSA too?
Yes, sir.
I think that's your best bet. Those are the people trained to deal with these kind of complaints and to make sure you get justice.
Well,
I wish I could give it to you here at the council level, but we're not a judge and jury. We're a city council, so we can't get involved in those kind of things.
I just explained what's given up for this management, urban management only, because I have a lot of friends, they leave this property and different property, you got the same problem.
Sounds like a bad situation.
So, I don't know, and almost more than 6 weeks, every day, I'm going to lose my job. I work 2-3 days, because I'm still working, still looking to the property. Any property they ask about right now, like at least $4,500. So we make that much money. I'm working 130 hours a month. How much? How much the minimum right now? How much I make? And I have 3 kids. And my wife, she's not working. She go to the college. And at least yesterday, I kissed the hand, the manager, and said, please. He said, if you have a consign, bring him. It's hard to find somebody help.
I'm sure it is. I know.
Thank you so much.
Keep working with CSA. They're the right group.
I will. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you for coming tonight.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes, but let's go ahead and keep it quick because we've got to move on to the rest of the business.
Well, I mean, I think that the best option for me is move out of El Cajon. And that's what I'm going to select to do in the future. I'm going to fight this in a civil case. And I would never want to look back to El Cajon to do any business here or anything like that. Because it's so difficult to get justice here in this city, you know. And I'm walking out of here today disappointed, feeling that this is a big joke. I mean, we've worked with CSA and they're telling us there is retaliation here, but yet we're still having to move out of our apartment.
All I can tell you is that every city has the same laws, the same restrictions to law that we would have. So in any city you lived in America, this would not be handled by a city council. This would be handled by civil courts. So
All right.
I hate to lose you, but I want to make sure that you understand that it's not that the city council won't help you. It's that we legally can't.
Well,
Other than going after the code violations, which we are going after, and we will help you to the full extent that we are allowed to.
But my question to you now is, how is that going to help me? You prove that there is code violations, and yet we're still being evicted wrongfully.
I understand, and that's why we have civil courts.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Make a motion then to close the public hearing. Second. Moved and seconded, please vote.
The motion carries 5-0, Mayor. If you would like to move to agenda changes, Mayor, we can certainly do that.
Yeah, let's do that. Staff, do you have any agenda changes?
Not tonight, sir.
Council, any agenda changes? Okay. Darrell, is there anything I've missed before I can go on to the...
I don't believe so, Mr. Mayor. I think you're doing wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, item 100 is a commission report, and under item 101, we have interviews for commission vacancies. I'd like to ask the staff to introduce this item.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Honorable Mayor, members of the City Council. The item before you is a commission report under item 101. As the Mayor just articulated, the City's Veterans Commission currently has 2 vacancies. The vacancies were duly advertised for about 30 days. We only received 1 application thus far up until today, and the item before the City Council has 2 options, or the City Council can consider 2 options. 1 being that to extend the recruitment period if the Council wishes to solicit additional applications, or 2, Mayor and Council to interview the individual that submitted an application and decide whether or not to make an appointment. Further, Mayor and Council, I'd like to point out a couple of things. 1 is that this appointment is for both a partial term, which is to fill the remainder of the term vacated by Wayne Clark, a former commissioner. His term, Mayor, would have ended January 2018. Additionally, with this action, Mayor and Council, you would also be making an appointment for a full 4-year term, which goes from January 2018 to January 2022. And rather than coming back in January, Mayor, with the same item, the staff felt that it would be appropriate for the Council to consider the options before you, and at your sole discretion, make the appointment if you wish to do so. That concludes my report, and the applicant is in the audience, Mayor.
Thank you. Could you call the applicant up, please?
Mr. Gronson, please step forward, sir.
Hi.
Hiya.
How are you? Welcome.
Good evening. Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, Council.
Can you
Thanks
spell
for
your whole name again?
Kylie Grunstad.
How do you spell that last name?
Grunstad.
All right. Have at it.
So, good evening, Mayor. Good evening, Council. Thanks for letting me speak to you today. I am a 8-year resident of the El Cajon area, and I am also obviously a veteran, which is why I'm standing before you. I saw the opportunity. It did come from one of the officers from the American Legion Post 303 here in El Cajon. I received the email, saw the opportunity, felt it was an opportunity for me to get involved in the community. I have been involved in the community in other functions. I was the president of the El Cajon Valley Lions, and I still serve as a past president, and I've been involved with different fundraisers and activities in the community, such as the Mother Goose Parade would be probably a good example. And with that, I would appreciate the opportunity to serve, and if you have any questions.
Sure. I'll let other council members start. Anybody have any questions? Steve?
What would you hope to bring to the Veterans Commission?
Anything that would help, quite frankly. Do I know exactly what the position entails? Not to a T, no, but I know as a veteran I would like to bring a voice representing other veterans in the area. I've always felt as a veteran, they were good enough to serve our country and sacrifice many things, so we want to be there for them when they come home.
More questions? Ben?
Since you're the only applicant here.
Yes.
Rare, medium well, or well done?
Medium well.
Hired.
Any other questions? No? Bob?
I admire your desire to serve on the Veterans Commission and help other veterans. That's an admirable quality, and I see you're well-spoken and probably well-educated, too. I can see from the company that you work for and everything that that would be a benefit to bring a lot of new ideas and expertise in researching different things and everything. So I like what you do, and I like what you're trying to do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gary.
I'm happy with his resume.
Yeah, so if you had your druthers, would you like to serve for 2 months, or would you like to serve for the full term?
Well, I would prefer the full term just because obviously 2 months, I don't know exactly what you could get done in 2 months. So, yeah, I'll take the,
Okay,
I'll take the 4 years.
Well, I'd like to make a motion that we give him the term for the entire 2 years and 2 months?
Actually, Mayor, is 4 years and 2 months, and I think I'd like to point out as well, Mayor, that it's somewhat difficult to get applications and applicants to serve on the Veterans Commission. So therefore, I think
Want to make it 16 years?
we'll keep him forever, Mayor.
Now, wait a minute, guys.
Yeah, I'd like to make the motion that we offer him the 4 years and 2 month stint.
Second.
Moved and seconded, please vote.
That motion duly carries, Mayor, by 5-0. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you for your service.
I think you have to stay around and get sworn in.
Yes, absolutely.
If I may, Mayor, I'd like to administer
Please.
the oath. Thank you.
Is somebody here to take pictures?
No, that's okay.
Well, Frank will take pictures.
Or Frank will take pictures. Okay.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Kylie Curtis Grunstead,
I, Kylie Curtis Grunstead,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation
that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank
Welcome.
you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you again.
Best of luck to you. Okay. Item 102 is a public hearing regarding planned unit development, number 348, and tentative subdivision map, number 668. Staff, would you please tell us about this item? Bill? Yes.
I have to abstain from this, recuse myself, because I live about 400 feet from the subject property, and that could have an impact on the value of my property.
Well, you must go in the back and... You want to go off the Yeah, I know. See you later. Thank you, Gary. All right, staff, you're up.
Mayor and Council, this proposal includes a common interest residential development for 5 residents and 1 common lot on a vacant property, and includes 5 new single-family residents with 2-car garages, private yards, balconies, and common areas. So the subject site's almost 50,000 square feet. It's currently vacant. It's also adjacent to the City of San Diego's 50-foot wide water pipeline easement that traverses through the northwest portion of the city of El Cajon. So you can see here at the aerial photo image where this property is located. It's at the northwest corner of West Main Street and Duane. The vacant property has been historically vacant for a number of years. So the area, as well as the property, is designated under the general plan as low-density residential. The low-density residential range is somewhere between 3 and 10 dwelling units an acre. The zoning of this property, as well as the surrounding residential property, is RS9. The RS9 has a density yield of about 5 units an acre, and what the project is proposing is a little over, almost 4.5, a little over 4 units per acre. So it's in line with the density of the existing single-family development that's in the neighborhood. The subject property, the development meets all the plan unit development standards. It's in line with the Subdivision Map Act as well as the city's own subdivision ordinance. And in accordance with the California Environmental Quality Act, it is exempt from environmental review. So here you see the site plan. You can see how the boundaries of the property in relation to West Main Street and Duane Drive. You can see across, kind of at a diagonal in the middle of the slide there is the 50-foot wide City of San Diego water pipeline. And then there's properties that are access up Marston Court to the north. Those are the same type of zoning and single-family development. The project proposes substantial amount of landscaping, creating buffers between the City of San Diego water pipeline, as well as enhancing the relationship of the development to the streets, Duane Drive and West Main Street. And there's also a significant amount of landscaping on site for the benefit of those who will eventually reside here. The new homes are kind of a neo-eclectic contemporary type design, if I can say, basically using modern materials for a contemporary design approach. It's in line with the other types of single-family housing projects that the City Council has approved in a similar format. The new homes are 3 to 4 bedrooms and range in size from about 23 to 2,500 square feet. With a garage, that would be another 400 square feet on top of that. So here's one model in terms of its elevations. You can see this has a kind of a stepped approach. It's built into the hill. So where it's access from their private drive, it'll be 1 story, and then there will be 2 stories facing Duane and West Main Street. And here's the other design. For the 2 models, 1 reversed. So there's potential for 3 different variations on this 5-lot subdivision. So with that, we're asking that City Council approve the proposed CEQA exemption, plan unit development 348 for the 5 new single-family homes, and tentative subdivision map 668 for the creation of real property. The staff is available to answer any questions.
Thanks, Tony. Council, any questions of the staff? Ben?
Tony, this question's for you. Is there any requirements for a deceleration lane on West Main to get to that from that driveway?
So city traffic engineer had his concerns for access from West Main Street, so that's being prohibited. Only access will be from Duane. There is a driveway shown in West Main, but that's for emergency access only.
Okay.
Didn't it say it was gated? Didn't it say it's gated?
Yes, it will be gated.
Okay.
So it's gated on West Main Street, and that's an emergency exit only, and it's locked?
That's correct. So tenants, residents there who live will have to exit and enter the property on Duane Drive. They won't be able to use West Main Street.
In an emergency situation, they would need to get out and unlock that gate and leave?
The emergency access is for emergency vehicle city, response only. The driveway is wide enough, the private driveway is wide enough to accommodate 2-way traffic, so city traffic engineer, that can be felt that could be accommodated on Duane Drive, while by ensuring traffic and pedestrian safety and other modes of mobility on West Main Street by securing that.
Yeah, that's the initial concern looking at it, because I know the traffic, the speed limit up there, even up and down, is really quick.
That's correct.
I had a similar property that was like that. We had to do a deceleration lane. Yeah, but other than that, it looks really, really good. The houses look really good.
Steve?
Do the new houses block any views from the tenants behind? It looks like there's some elevation and slope. What can you tell us about that?
So the subject property slopes from low to high as you head to the northwest, and the properties on Marston are at a significant higher elevation. So if we were to relate the two, the proposed homes are about 25 feet high from the lowest point to the upper point, but at the single-story point, they're only about 14 feet high. The top of the ridge of the new homes will be in line with the backyards of those on Marston.
Okay. I notice in the color drawing, there aren't any fences around yards. What can you tell me about that?
Well, this image here is just to give you an idea of its relationship to the street. It doesn't identify where the fences and walls will go. If you look at your conceptual landscape plan that was made part of your packets, that indicates that there are fences between each of the units. There are project boundary walls that will also be heavily landscaped to help in terms of their appearance to the street.
Okay, thank you.
Bob, anything? Okay, great. Thank you, Tony. I'm going to open up the public hearing and ask if we have any speaker cards.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, we have 3 speaker cards, and I'd like to start with Mr. Samir Kasim. Mr. Kasim, please step forward.
Hi, Mr. Kazim, welcome.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Mayor, honorable council member, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity again. I am a member of the family of Al Cajon, and I am proud to be a member and proud to invest. There is an excellent opportunity here for investment, and this is my 4th project in the city. This corner of land, it's been sitting there from mid-1980s, and there were several attempts to develop this land. And I was fortunate enough to come and buy this land and spend a lot of time. The corner of Duane and West Main is 525. And the upper level, base level of the houses is going to be 556 to 54. Marsden, the houses on top, it is 572 to 576. So there is almost 20 feet between the base level of our houses and the base level on Marsden. We're absolutely about 3 to 4 feet from the highest level of the houses on top. The second level, it's going to be 545. So there's going to be a retaining wall inside about 10 foot, also to take into account all the technical account of the soil in that area. This project is going to be fenced all around. There is a bioretention pond at the corner there. It's going to be fenced. There is 2 retaining walls along Duane Drive and 2 retaining walls along West Main. The civil engineer is going to talk about it in this project. And there is a retaining wall all the way along the pipeline, so there would be no sliding of soils or dirt to the road. So my group did an excellent job in presenting this project to you with the help and leadership of the planning department, Mr. Tony Shute and his crew. I appreciate your help. You led me in an excellent way, and I think I couldn't do any better without your help. I will be glad again if I find another opportunity to come and invest in Al Cajon. This is my hometown, and I assure you I am looking here and there to do that.
Well, thank you very much. Let me see if there's any questions for you. Questions, Council? Sir, it looks like a great project. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, sir.
The next speaker, Mayor, is Mr. William O'Gorman. Mr. O'Gorman, please step.
Well, sir, welcome.
Thank you.
My name is Bill O'Gorman from Walsh Engineering and Surveying. I'm the project manager on this project. The site is an undeveloped 1-acre triangular-shaped lot at a corner of West Main and Duane. 5 residential parcels are proposed for this project, as well as a private road and utility parcel and a private stormwater basin parcel. The parcels have been designed with a upper pad and a lower pad in order to conform with the existing topography of the site, which will minimize grading and also the height of retaining walls. The elevation of the upper pads are around 20 feet lower than the backyard elevations of Marston Court, and the lower pads are around 20 feet higher than the elevation at the intersection of West Main and Duane. Along West Main and Duane, there's going to be 2 6-foot-high retaining walls. The retaining walls will be screened with vines as well as decorative light fixtures in order to make the retaining walls more aesthetically pleasing. On the top of the slope in the backyards of the lots, there will be a 5-foot-high wooden fence in order to provide privacy. There will be a biofiltration basin in the southeast corner in order to treat stormwater and also to reduce any peak flows from leaving our property. The City of San Diego has a 68-inch water pipeline to the north of our project site. This pipeline is not within our property, nor are we proposing any work within the city's right-of-way, so we're not going to be impacting that pipeline at all. We did check with somebody at the city, and they did confirm that they cannot make us go through a review process with them since we are not proposing any work within their right-of-way. There's currently a narrow 3.5-foot wide sidewalk on West Main Drive, Street. We will be replacing this with a more standard 5-foot wide sidewalk, and we'll also be proposing a sidewalk on Duane from the northeast corner connecting the existing sidewalk to the southeast corner. We'll also be extending a water main to the project in order to provide water service for the homes as well as a fire hydrant. Other than that, if you guys have any specific engineering-related questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Bob? Just a point of question. Are you going to put solar on these houses?
That will probably be up to the architect. I cannot say.
Because they look like they're split level. And I live in a split level house, and if I didn't have solar, my electric bill would be like $600 or $700 a month right now. Mm-hmm. But I have solar, and it's considerably less than that. So it's just a point to think about to make them a little more desirable. Mm-hmm. Solar really helps. So anyway, I just thought I'd ask. Be sure you have adequate insulation, too. That's very important in El Cajon.
Yes.
And double-pane windows.
One of the things I really like about the project is this is what I call one of the gateways into the city. When you come off of West Main Street and you head up Main Street into Fletcher Hills, it is an entrance into Fletcher Hills. So the first impressions tell something about the city, so that these are nice, beautiful new homes is a great marketing tool if you want to say, this is El Cajon, these are nice homes. On environmental design, one of the things we also have to be aware of is crime, and we certainly don't want that beautiful image to be tarnished by graffiti. So my question is, I was pleased to hear that you're going to have vines grow over the retaining wall. That would be an environmental design to prevent crime and graffiti that way. When you have the fence for the yards and things like that, is there any kind of shrubbery or something that would go in front of a fence so the fence is not a canvas for graffiti?
Let's see. You got that one?
We have wonderful designs being done by Julie Howard.
Sir, come on up. You
Step up to the podium, sir.
can answer the question.
The landscape is being done by Julie Howard Associate, and it's being done properly with the planning department. And any suggestion, I will be glad to take it into account, because we do have a plantation, as you see, all around. There are trees, and we'll take care of it. Yes, I agree with you, you know.
Mr. Shute, do you have any insight into the, sorry, I don't read all the symbols.
No, completely understand, Mayor and Council. The project boundary will be, there will be walls that are project boundary walls, so they'll be along Main Street and Duane and at the back. Internally is where the wood fences will be, but in terms of preventing graffiti on any of the exposed walls, the applicant has proposed that there will be dense landscaping and vines to cover those walls to prevent graffiti from happening.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Are there any more questions? Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
The last speaker, Mayor, is Mr. Oscar Sazueta.
Hi.
Hi,
Welcome.
good evening. Thank you. My name is Oscar Sazueta. I'm responsible for the design of the homes. Basically, just building on the presentation that Mr. Shute did, as he pointed out, it is an irregular shaped lot. It does slope. And, you know, while some would have leaned towards flattening it, the developer, Mr. Kasim, has basically has chosen to create a stepped structure. In essence, it is carved into the land and minimizing the necessary grading. With this approach, the main level of the houses, the level which one enters, the structure are comprised of the garage and the living areas on the second floor and the bedrooms on the first floor, which you walk down to. This lowers the entire mass of the houses as you approach them, giving them a more quaint feeling and minimizing the impact on neighboring homes. Furthermore, we have chosen a traditional aesthetic but enriched them with quality materials such as stone, wood corbels, contrasting window trims and roof eaves, and concrete roof tiles. It was our intention for these homes to complement the surrounding areas and have them be at an appropriate scale to the neighborhood, as well as offering the open floor plans and contemporary living that buyers in today's market look for. It was our sincere desire to create a quality development from top to bottom that would enhance the area and have a positive impact in the neighborhood and in the city of El Cajon. I don't know if there's any questions.
Let me see if there are any questions. No, I think you did a good job. Thanks. It's a nice design.
Thank you.
Please come up.
The size of the houses, it's between 2,350 to 2,550 without the garage. And the size of most of the houses in the surrounding community between 2,150 to 2,400. Also, the neighbor came to me and suggested to use the same homeowner association, and I agreed with them. So this development will be part of about 200 houses community. And I'll do anything to make my neighbors happy. And for the solar energy, we will think about it, but I'm going to sell the houses. And it's really an excellent idea with the building to start with, thinking about the solar energy. Yeah. Thank you.
Bob's our environmentalist. Green Bob. No, that's great. Thanks very much. What a nice project. Are there any more?
We do not have any other speakers, Mr. Mayor.
All right, I'd like to make a motion then to close public hearing. Second. Moved and second, please vote.
Motion carries 5-0, Mayor. Thank you.
All right, council, it's up to you.
Correction. Let me correct the record, if I may, Mayor. Someone did not put the light on, so I'm missing one vote.
It's Gary. He had to recuse himself then.
It's late. Thank you.
Were there any concerns expressed by neighbors about this project?
Mr. Mayor and Council, at the Planning Commission, we had one neighbor express concerns. Those concerns had to do with construction noise and when construction activity could occur, as well as height of the buildings and views.
And do you feel that neighbor's concerns were addressed, or?
Yes, they were. They were addressed by the Planning Commission. The Planning Commission answered in a similar format to the question that was raised by the council. And construction noise is governed by the zoning code, and those hours are 7 to 7, Monday through Friday.
Thank you.
More discussion or questions? Somebody like to make a motion?
Move to adopt the next resolution approving the CEQA exemption. Move to adopt the next resolution in order approving the plan unit development, number 348, and move to adopt the next resolution in order approving tentative subdivision map 668.
Moved and seconded. Please vote.
That motion carries 4 with 1 noted abstention, Mayor.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
We look forward to seeing the houses built.
Thank you, sir. As soon as the engineering part will finish, I will start in self-procurement.
How exciting. All right, thank you.
Have a good evening. Thank you.
Good evening, gentlemen. All right, that brings us to the adjournment, the adjourned regular joint meeting of the El Cajon City Council, El Cajon Housing Authority successor agency to the El Cajon Redevelopment Agency, held this 24th day of October 2017, is adjourned until Tuesday, November 14th, 2017, at 3 o'clock p.m. Thank you very much.